Lightning Tiger Blade.
I've still got a ways to go.
Nope, nowhere near it.
The airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for you. That's like you.
Commander of Heaven.
Today?
Yeah, nice technique. This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
Wow, looky here.
Lucky Pebble. No. I don't care about the art. Oh. I don't.
Rockmadillo, that's what they're called.
Rockmadillo.
Ooh, damn, he got far.
Yeah. That's why I don't want to fight him. That big guy just hurts.
Exploit the
You don't want all the gold EXP.
No, not from those guys. They can keep the filthy ESP.
Yeah. Block of EXP. You gotta turn around and face those demons.
What? Oh.
Man, what type of shit is that? You gotta walk all the way back, just go down the ladder.
Oh, here we go. It's not too far. Oh, yeah, that was a cat.
You still pussy.
I don't know. Cathari is the first one to jump in. Ooh. Yeah, Earth Bridge
I
and
didn't know you had that sort of trick up your sleeve, Dolan.
Wind
I would have figured
and
Rock's
leaf ladders.
would be too different
Yeah.
for you to handle both.
Not necessarily. Both of them contain Earth astral energy.
Sounds like a perfume for men. I mean, cologne for men.
Yeah. It's also a type of vodka.
Yes, it is.
We don't drink vodka. We are
You wouldn't know
tequila
that.
gas.
You're drunk. Huh?
That's simple. I'm not gonna repeat it because that definitely proves your point. So we're just gonna
Just gotta let that one
drink
go.
apple cider vinegar.
Ew.
It's good for the body, good for the cold.
No, now you're just a health conspiracy person.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's better than being drunk. Apparently. God, not let me out here enjoying my liquor.
Gotta let you remember. You having another? Bitch, is my first one.
Yeah.
Today.
Oh, great. You know, this.
No, yeah.
I'm about to go to war. What am I about to fight?
What are you at? Okay.
I can take him.
You got
Level
this.
66.
Damn,
Let's
John.
lose a lot of these orange gels, I'll tell you that.
I don't even know what you're gonna do. I don't even think you got enough to heal yourself through that.
What the hell is that?
Your foe.
Alright, let me guess. I'm gonna have to get rid of the hands and then I have to go for the face.
Looks like the beast from Boss.
Yeah.
What the hell is that thing?
Probably that monster Nate warned us about, if I had to guess.
Do you think this might have been where one of those lights that shot out of the wedge landed?
But why this location? If the purpose of the wedge is to harvest Dana's astral energy.
We can figure that out later. If Dead's in a town, it's going to cause chaos. We need to take it down and move on. Let's go!
Well, at least you know what it's gonna do.
47!
That's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
You got this. Just look out for the debris you throw.
Everyone,
Where is everybody?
Suddenly turning tail doesn't seem so ridiculous.
why? Are you scared?
Me?
I can't even do anything.
Do you even have to ask? Of course
Maybe
I'm
you can't.
scared.
Everyone's just standing around. Though.
Is somebody Dougal? Take
Okay.
care of them while keeping an eye on it.
Looks like a weird cutscene.
Man.
By the power of the I never miss. This one's mine. Radiant love here.
Core shine, radiant light, force of regeneration.
Radiant love.
Allow me to help.
It's got a lot of health.
Yeah, they do. You really gotta stun them and get that little animation. It takes forever to kill these guys. Law stuns them. Pretty good.
In a bind,
Here's evil. Prongs and red. This one's mine.
Lightning took a blade.
radiant light, force of regeneration. Regenerate.
Nothing gets by me. I'm only here tonight.
Take this.
Why am I the only one swinging on this motherfucker right now?
They're just a little tired catching their breath.
Glacial spear. Here's evil.
Oh, you're all gonna die.
Yeah, you're right.
From beyond, imbued
Oh wait, he can run.
with soul with life, resuscitation. Imbued its vanquished soul with life, resuscitation. Smash you!
Don't mind if I do. Healing power.
Well, I'm trying to keep an eye on this fucker.
Be all alone here.
Going in execution.
Frozen.
From beyond, imbued its vanquished soul with life, resuscitation. You require a hand.
Here come more.
We'll just have to keep fighting. The enemy is on two.
Glacier Spur. Here's evil.
Holy shit!
Our expert coming through.
Shine, radiant light, faster regeneration.
Oh my god! We're all gonna die!
Yeah, you are.
Don't hold back. They can smell fear. Colonel or not.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
You gotta kill one of these damn things! Oh my god. You're shitting me.
No further.
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished. On your knees.
Can you hit his hand now? Can you hit his hands now? Never mind, put them back
No, I
on.
can't.
No?
You are fine.
It's just. Everyone together! Icy! Oh, come on. Not the armadillos.
Reinforcements incoming. Not a problem.
Oh my god, this is pissing me off.
Don't mind if I do.
God.
In a bind.
Oh God.
Ready and rest. No
Where are you going?
Everybody get involved.
Look at me. Look at me.
I'll take you all on. Flare the Malika.
Glacial Vigor. Yes, evil. Astral energy.
Say no more.
Hurricane strike.
Oh my God, you fuck.
Lunar correction. Lunar blast. Back into the fray.
Now or never.
I'll bring you back from destination. I'll let the marksman handle this.
She's not gonna bring you back.
She did. Oh, bitch is dead.
She gave her life to you.
In vain.
Lunar correction handle. Sweet now.
Oh my God, Ringo's already. Law! Law!
You still there? You should be eating now. Yeah, those guys, dude.
Okay, first things
Can't fucking stand it.
flee.
We'll be back in fucking day.
Watch your feet, man.
Renwell, move, you dumbass. She's standing right under his fisticuffs.
Oh god, it's about to die.
What would I do without her? I am Lucian. You is what my art do best. All my This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
tell me trying to summon that.
Look sharp, everybody!
Maybe like a treat.
A new lease on life. Everyone all right?
We won't surrender. We won't retreat. Not yet.
Whatever you do, just please stay safe.
They'll pay for that. How are we supposed to take on something so big?
I'll handle it. Just watch and learn.
It was just a gauntlet.
That's it. Punch the shit out of us though. Punch the shit out of us though. You know how many resources I had to get? That's a lot of AoE.
That thing scared the pants off me.
It felt like it had a different
Easy.
aura than other Zeugles, didn't it?
Yeah. It wasn't like the
Shit,
one that
right.
Amadrius sicked on us either.
Its elemental astral energy variance was out of this world. It was like fighting a lord.
I guess it's safe to assume that if it came out of the wedge, it must have played some part in helping harvest astral energy. But what?
Perhaps a living spirit vessel? It's plausible, given the location. Or it may be part of a new force dispatched to regain control of Dana.
If we assume that monster was one of the 4 beams of light, we must have prevented something from taking place here.
I'd like to think so, knowing how much grief it gave us. But at least with that out of the way, we can keep moving forward now. Let's go.
Yeah. Elephant Unrelenting Blades.
Ooh, another AG. I like some AG, please. Some AG juice. Incineration Wave. Some of the Blazing Sword. Ain't got enough for it anyways. We got a secret key.
What's that?
I don't know. Maybe it's to our ship.
Am I improving?
Tremendously. The speed and precision of your aims is
Good ESP there.
I had no idea you were watching me so closely.
Hey, is that it over there?
forgot how much I just love just regular bell pepper.
Yeah, go in.
You know,
I don't see how you do it.
they're delicious.
Yeah, nah, I need them cooked a little bit for me. Actually, I've only just recently even liked bell peppers.
What you need to do, you can do low carb nachos. Just get the ground beef and the cheese, and put them on top. Put them in the oven, get them crispy.
Wait, with the bell pepper?
Yeah, you cut them like in, like the thick way, a little bit. They look like chips.
Yeah. Shoot, just make them into little boats and just put all that shit in it.
Well, yeah, that too. I like stuffed peppers.
I don't think we need that. Absolutely.
Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Doo.
Impressed how well balanced this thing is.
Alright, Sean. What am I buying?
Well, I need you to give me 10 life bottles. What's a happy bottle? What does that do?
It's some with our bonus gauge for battles.
No. Give me. What the fuck do we need?
What do you think we need?
Need 3 orange gels. God, so costly. How do life bottles cost less? Well, because they don't really do anything.
Yeah,
Just bring
they
it
don't help you too much.
You can't even buy any treats here.
Treatless wench.
Give me. What's a grape gel do? Oh. No. Lemon gel. We got lemon. I don't really know what else. I mean, get some armor, I guess. All the really
I'm good.
Hmm?
I said I'm good actually.
All the really good shit is so damn expensive.
Yeah, I mean we could just wait.
Yeah.
Always come back. Hopefully.
Yeah.
You know when? Let's tend to the ranch just in case. Yeah, got the meat. No. All right, now y'all be nice and fat by the time I get back. Friend to animals.
Hey, look! We've got weight!
Oh wait. Should have checked if there was a campfire because we're definitely bleeding.
Alvin, did you remember something?
No, but I have I've seen this starship before. This is it. This is the ship I traveled in when I escaped from Lenegis.
It's just been chilling there for 300 years.
That's what I'm saying. Rest in fire.
3 centuries later, and it's no worse for wear. I'll take a look at the internals.
Damn! I'm amazed it still works at all after all this time.
The past meets the present. I really am from a different time and place.
Now's
Yeah.
not the time for an
But
existential
you've got us now,
crisis.
Alvin.
Not only that, but you've helped out so many people.
Need him to lock in, Kyle.
Law's
Yeah,
right.
exactly. It's time to go in.
Ridwell too. You're one of us now.
Okay, we're
No
liking it.
more carrying the weight of history on your shoulders. You're a part of this world.
Right. Thanks, you guys.
How's it look?
It should fly. All internal systems seem to be operating.
Yeah,
However,
the internals are
considering
great.
how long it's remained inactive, I suspect it will take some time before it's ready for takeoff.
How much time are we talking here?
Starship mechanics are not what I'd call my forte, so I'd rather not hazard a guess.
So we've just got to sit around here and wait? I'm terrible at waiting.
That's because you're a child.
Everybody cut him off.
Oh, but how about we use this time to prepare and gather supplies for the trip?
Nah, we ready.
Good idea.
Yeah, we ready?
Who knows when we'll be back from Lenegis once we leave? We should prepare ourselves for every possible scenario before we
Okay,
go.
Mom. Gee.
Yeah, gee.
Let's try not to stay away too long.
I wonder what this party would be like
Pay for
without
anything
the
that happens just
Tsar.
while we're gone.
Either we race ahead,
Probably a
or
lot
take due precaution
less
to
responsible
ensure
with
we
our
have
money.
no regrets. I
We'd
should
be
Leaving a
salty.
mess everywhere we go.
Received, Alphen.
Dopamine without
Works for
Kasar?
me.
Oh man, he's running wild.
Yeah. Oh,
Just the way you.
Shion, stop breaking down, goddammit. Get your ass on that shit. Oh, we're gonna have ourselves a campfire.
Yeah, we gotta talk to everybody.
Roast a couple of
Fire.
wings.
Yes. Above the fire.
It's funny, isn't it?
No, not really.
What is?
Ooh. Thank you. It's,
All this. When we first
I thought
started
we'd pick
this
it up.
thing, did you ever imagine we'd be going to Lenegis?
Did I? I didn't think of it. I picked up that.
After all, this
I
is the
thought-
sort of thing I was rebelling against.
I swear I saw you pick up a white.
I'm sure Zephyr would be proud to hear what his son was doing right now.
And a little shocked too.
We're defying the order of things that have persisted for 300 years. Deep down, I knew our journey would lead to confronting Lenegis.
Yeah, you maybe, but you're a Renan. The rest of us can barely even picture what it means to leave Dana.
No offense to Shion and Dovaline, but it's worth remembering we're heading into enemy territory.
No offense taken, and this is no picnic for me either.
Remember, our aim is to ensure that both Lenegis and the Renan homeworld leave Dana alone for good. I don't think we'll be able to avoid a fight.
Is there no way we can talk them into leaving us alone?
No, it has to be hands.
The people of Lenegis?
they gotta go.
Sure. I mean, we found a way to make it work with Shion and Dovaline, right? And it's not just us. If places like Menancia can do it, then why can't
Because
we?
there are still many of my kind who believe it was right and natural that Rena reigns over Dana. There are those on Lenegis who have never stepped foot on Dana. I doubt whether they'd even listen to Danans.
Look, none of us want to fight. But these are the same people who fired that wedge down on Dana. What happens next is on them.
Right.
Yeah, they're
We're
trying
not
to
going
suck
sit
us
back
dry.
and wait for them to oppress us again.
Right.
Don't forget, there's also a good chance the Red Woman is somewhere on Lenegis. Wherever she is, we should find the Renaissance too.
That's right. If we can take it back, then Shion can finally get rid of her thorns. Shion?
Sure.
I'm getting so sick of this mysterious.
Yeah.
Come on, just tell us what's on your mind.
Yeah, come on, we're about to die, bro.
Yeah, come on. Tell us that you're gonna betray us. Tell us that Renwell is a Renan.
Yeah, filthy Brandon.
Yeah, filthy Renan.
Down with the Renans.
You just fall asleep like that?
Yeah.
Law looks like he's just
Going through it.
yeah.
It's like I'm always the first one to die, even find a pack of wolves. I will not make it.
I'm doomed. Just fall asleep. Again, I mean, I guess it's a way to always be ready. Never know when you're gonna get jumped by a Renan.
Part of this baby.
Where did Shion go? How could she just go off on her own?
He's out there smoking a J.
Yeah, tag.
Just takes the ship.
Or sabotages it. Sabotage.
Shion. Shion! It's your thoughts? But why?
I can't control it.
I want you to control it. I want you to use it.
Just now, it looked like you used your maiden powers to suppress your thorns. You can really do that?
Stay out of my way.
Wait a second. Are you planning to go alone?
Shut up!
Why would you do this?
I told you to shut up!
I won't let you.
I mean it.
I refuse to let you.
I won't tell you again. Move or I'll shoot.
If that's the case, then go ahead and shoot me!
I didn't mean to.
Buy the DLC.
Damn. That's how they get you.
Yeah. That's the sun.
Oh man, what was that? Hunter x Hunter?
Mm-hmm. What are you doing to Shield?
Yeah, exactly. What'd you do? I punched her right in the gut.
Do you remember back when I was stabbed by Roland?
I thought for sure that he had killed you back there.
That wasn't the first time.
Ooh.
The first time was when I was only a child. After that, no matter how often, I just couldn't die.
Couldn't die? So you're immortal? How's that even... I believe you, Shion. Tell me how. How is something like that possible?
My thorns. They're me, but at the same time not. They're part of me. I have no idea why. But my thorns will never let me die. At least not before I'm meant to.
You can't die before your death.
When my thorns free themselves.
Who wrote this shit?
I'm death.
I want something done.
Try,
Darkness
Sean.
swallows up everything until nothing remains.
That's the mark on
It's a
that.
vision of oblivion.
Can't die before you're dead.
I want to believe it's all just a bad dream. But no matter what I tell myself, I know it's not.
Yeah. Wait. The whole reason you needed the Renaissance was to get rid of your thorns, right?
If I burn away what's inside, then what will happen to the rest of me? Right. Either way you look at it, I'm going to die.
But if I am going to die, I figure I can at least take my thorns out with me. That's what I've been after this whole time.
That's why you turned your back on your fellow rats and chose to fight with us, isn't it? While we've all been fighting to keep on living, you have been with us fighting desperately to die.
That was the plan. But then I met all of you. And before I knew it, I didn't want to die anymore.
Don't lose hope yet. We'll find a way to save you. There's still time to.
It's pointless.
Why?
Because the darkness won't just consume me. The truth is, it will consume all of existence as well. It was only a suspicion at first. But ever since the Red Woman triggered my maiden powers, I've been more certain than ever before. It was then that I finally came to realize my powers were holding my thorns in check the entire time. But they don't anymore. Not since Lenegis, when the wedge fell. Every day, I feel the thorn's power growing stronger inside of me. Pretty soon, I won't be able to hold them back anymore. And when that happens,
It will consume all existence.
And that's why you wanted to leave by yourself. You planned to find the Renaissance on your own and sacrifice yourself to stop the thorns.
That's too much. It's way too much.
when this all began, I didn't care what happened to me or anyone else. And what happened to the Renans or the Danans didn't matter to me at all. I know I have to die, but I don't want to. Not now that I have this. I wish we had never met. Then I wouldn't have to feel this way.
Oh, you're my best friend! I love you! That's the only way he can handle it. Gonna take his mind off of it.
Thornrest cards.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says.
Thornrest
I
cards.
won't let it happen. We can fight this. Fight until we end together. Isn't that what you said to me before?
It's gonna get a lightning blade. A thorny blade.
Even if it should mean that it'll be the end of everything else too.
Shion, what do you want? It's your decision ultimately. But if you decide not to fight fate, I will. Even if I have to do it alone. No, you won't be alone. I'll fight as well.
You get
stay back.
Count me in as well.
When none of y'all coming to help?
I want to be
I
a
can
force
feel
for
it.
good, not
Exactly.
me.
Come over here and spread the damage.
Me too. I meant it with all of my heart when I told
Come
you.
on, you're the tank.
Neither
Get in
one
there.
of them
Won't hurt as much if we disperse it, right?
Yeah, good.
And I, for one, don't believe this venture is without hope. Shion is the descendant of a maiden from 300 years ago. Given the circumstances, it seems very likely that those events have some connection to her thorns. The true nature of which I imagine we will discover as we make our way to Lenegis and uncover the truth of what's unfolding here.
I take it you mean we might find a way to get rid of her thorns and she'll live?
It's certainly possible, though I suspect the nature of the Sovereign is connected somehow.
So be it. I've already lost everything I had once. No matter what happens from now on, I'm right here with you. All of us are. You are not alone.
You guys. You're all so stubborn.
Yeah, two. Every. Because you know everyone's gonna have a hoodoo.
Thank you. Everyone.
If there was a third slot, everyone would have a hoodoo.
Yeah. She just bursts into a giant thorn.
Oh my god. With the hoodoo?
I just want to hold on to this dream. And most of all, more than anything else, I want to be with all of you. So let's go. On to Lennox.
They already know we're here.
Exactly, they've been watching. Well, I'm glad they stood there and talked for a while. The cannon's at full power.
Yeah. Filthy red.
The end of the world. It's hard to believe, isn't it?
I believe Shion is telling the truth. What about you?
As a friend, yes, I want to believe her. Everything that's happened seems to point towards some sort of great danger that's lurking ahead of us. Still, it's hard to fathom something that could usher outright doom to the world. That those really are the stakes we face.
No, I understand. Even Shion doesn't seem to know exactly what will happen to bring it all about.
We have so many pieces of the puzzle in our hands, so many clues, yet the complete picture eludes us.
So where do her thorns fit in then?
Well, I imagine they must sit at the very center of it all. You remember the voice we all heard while we were inside the wedge, don't you?
No.
Yeah, I remember. It was the will of Dana's astral energy come to life. Or that's what we all thought.
Right. And from that, we're able to hypothesize how vast concentrations of astral energy can become sentient. Let's return to when we found Shion in Pelegion. When her thorns went wild, they contained far more astral energy than any mere Renin would normally have inside them.
So you think those thorns might be alive too? That their will is what keeps her from dying? But why would they want to destroy the entire world?
As for that, I really cannot say for certain. Its goals still remain a mystery. It may be a mere fluke that her maiden powers have been able to contain it thus far.
You know, I've noticed since we met that you like figuring out riddles.
Can you blame me? When one realizes that the world they once thought to be true is but a mere facade, they can't help but seek the truth. Especially when that deception has led to others getting hurt.
Dohalim?
I imagine the remaining pieces of the puzzle that we seek rest somewhere within Lennigus. As for what the final picture will look like, who can say? I think it's best we not dwell on it too much for the time being.
Right.
What you gotta say, Ma?
How you holding up?
Who, me?
Oh, she always
Yes,
looking out for
you.
us.
You took a hit from those thorns again, didn't you?
Oh, that? That was nothing.
Compared to what Shion's going through, you mean? Still, even if you yourself might be willing to endure that kind of pain, that doesn't mean Shion wants to have to see you get hurt by her thorns, you know?
Yeah, I know. I'll be careful.
Shion doesn't know how lucky she is to have you around, you know? Dashing in to save her at the last minute.
Yeah, very funny.
I'm being serious. You went up and held her close like you still had that mask on, and you didn't even bat an eye. She really needed that. That's what I mean when I said you saved her. Just like you did with the rest of us.
I just want for Shion what we all have. The ability to touch someone, without the fear of killing them. Those thorns have robbed her of the kind of everyday things we all take for granted, and it's not right.
You can say that again. It may be normal for us, but that doesn't make it any less special or important for her. I hope she gets what she wants. I have my own dreams, but a world without her, where she dies so we can all survive, isn't a world I want to live in.
Agreed. It's like more and more keeps getting taken from her, and I'm done with it.
I'm sick of it all. Okay. See what you gotta say, Law.
Did you know?
Skip.
You mean about Shion?
Yeah, I didn't have the slightest idea. I mean, every once in a while I thought something seemed a little off, but I never could have imagined. It's like a completely different world was spinning around me and I couldn't even see it.
You and me both. I mean, I knew something was bothering her, but I could never quite figure out what it was.
You? But you're the one always looking out for her, aren't you?
That's what I thought. But in reality, I didn't understand it all. What I thought was helping and being there for her was actually just driving her into a corner.
At least you figured it out in time though, right?
I don't think we're out of the woods yet. But yeah, you're right. We brought her back from the edge, and we're going to stop those thorns from taking her, no matter what.
Yeah, with all of us together, there's nothing we can't handle. Shion, the world, we can save everyone. And I mean it when I say we, Alfred.
I know. No lone wolfing it.
Hey, you're the expert on what my dad would say. Do you think he'd pat me on the back or tell me off?
Zephyr, I don't think that he'd have that much to say, to be honest. You're your own man now, Law. And you've already made up your own mind about what you want.
I guess he couldn't say anything even if he wanted to.
Law.
Sorry.
'Cause he's naughty.
I guess those of us amongst the
'Cause you
living have
got a
enough
kid.
problems to deal with, don't we?
Hanging with the
We'll
ops.
need all our strength to save Shion. I'll probably end up worrying again at some point. I guess I'll think it over more then.
I feel like at least
Okay.
one of us is going
Yeah,
to die.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like it might be Alpha.
Yeah. It's gonna be Alpha or Shion.
Yeah.
Actually,
Please be Law. Please tell me it's
I don't think anyone's gonna die.
No.
Because they have DLC. Right? They'll have all the
Can't
characters.
sleep.
Right? Maybe they come back to life.
Well, I mean,
How could
2 out of the 3 DLC in Shadow of War is without Talion.
Yeah, that's right.
and Talion dies.
All laughing and celebrating.
Well,
I
he
just
died
quiet
before
and
the
didn't
game.
say
So.
anything.
Yeah.
I thought she was keeping her distance
Destroyed
because
at
of
the
her
at the
thorns.
fucking bridge.
That
or
it
the
was
gate, I
because she
think it
didn't
was
want to
called.
hurt anybody by
Maybe
getting too
bridge.
close.
Okay.
I'll take it to your back.
I just figured that that was the type of person she was, you know? But it turned out to be none of that.
But yeah,
All
if
this
somebody
time, she
if
felt
somebody
like she had to
is going to
die
die,
and
it's going to be
sacrifice herself
Alpha
for
and
the greater
Aboard.
good.
Shield.
But
Exactly.
even then, she didn't think she could say anything to us about it.
I know.
She was so alone this entire time. How could
Well,
I
maybe
call
that
her a
filthy
friend
Renan right
and
there.
yet be so completely blind to everything she was going
That's
through?
what the DLC is about.
Yep.
I'm
You
sure
calling
it made
it.
her happy, knowing you were
That
there
shit would be
for her.
hilarious though.
You
She's the one.
really think so?
Yeah, I do.
Haven't seen them
She
the
didn't
same
think of
room.
us as friends. I
Who?
don't think she could have.
I was like Greenwell and the red one.
Oh.
You were a good friend to her before, and you'll be an even better one now.
Yeah, I really hope so. I want to be the best I can for her. When you think about it, we were all alone in our own way. But over time, we've all found
Just
ways
in
to
the
let
back
each
trying
other
to be
into
in
our
front.
lives. I hope Shion's able to do that one day too.
Like, come on, I want
No,
to get in
I
there.
mean-
Oh.
I hope she's able to do that more. Lots and lots more. I think it'd be really nice if we could all just be there to support each other when it really counts. And forget about our grudges and pain.
Greenwell.
Yeah, alright.
Wow, she's setting us up.
The
Filthy red.
main one. Alright, Shion, what you got?
I don't understand next to a cliff. She just talked to you all how she wants to die.
Hey, you doing all right?
seem to cause nothing but worry.
It's weird how I'm just used to her in the
As much as I
sunglasses.
try to look like I
Yeah.
have things under control,
Same thing with the eye patch.
Yeah.
everyone still
I
worries
don't
about
even remember
me.
what color his eyes are.
No. I still see the expression though.
Yep.
Hey, do you remember the first time you said I was your friend?
No. When was that? Sorry, I can't remember.
Just saying the
That's okay.
wrong thing at the wrong
It came so naturally to you, I'm not surprised you forgot. I was different back then. The Danans were not even people to me, and I knew I would always be alone. But in that room with Deadeye, when you called me your friend, it just shattered the wall that I built up around me. Because until that moment, I'd only seen you as a means to an end. I thought of you as a way to use the blazing sword and to obtain the Renis Alma. But after that day, one time became two, and before I knew it, you made a habit of calling me and Dohalim your friends. It didn't matter that we were Renans. You cared about us as you would any other people. Then, everyone else started to call me their friend too, to think of me as their friend. Before then, I never even dreamed I could have that. I didn't want to die and lose you all. But I also didn't want to live if it meant you would all die in my place.
Shion.
But then I realized I'd only really been thinking of myself that entire time. After saying how I felt and hearing what you all had to say, I finally understood that. Don't worry, it's okay. I'm not planning on dying anymore. I've met too many people along the way who I truly care about to give in now. So I'll fight. For Dana and for myself. I'll fight against my fate to preserve our future. And I'll win, come hell or high water. I don't know how we're going to do it, but I won't let the world end because of me.
It's going to be a long, hard road ahead, Shion. Our fight won't be over until everyone, both Danans and Renans, can finally live in peace. I swear I'll be there with you until the very end.
Thank you.
Remember what we learned back in Calabria? There's no wall so high that we can't break it down.
Yeah, I think you may be right about that.
Everyone well rested?
Yes.
Then let's go. We depart for Lenegis.
Niggas. Are we gonna cut them down here? Is it straight to the boss, or is there another labyrinth?
Kind of want to go straight to the ball.
It's the moment of truth.
This lady better hold together once we're up in the air.
What? Don't say that. You're going to jinx us.
I was kind of over this game a while
Speaking of
ago,
which,
but
Alfred,
I'm
this
still.
bucket of bolts got a
The
name.
combat's really fun, so it's keeping me invested.
A name? You know, I'm not sure.
Story was
Shion
just
had
slow
one.
moving for a while.
We never really
Yeah.
thought about it.
Actually, it kind of like sped up out of nowhere. Like
After all the trouble we
I
went
felt like
through
they didn't
to
get to
find
know
her,
each
we
other
should
that
give her one,
much,
right?
and then like
I was thinking
after
something like Fall Knights.
Huh?
after the
It
one
means
Renan
all
that
of
betrayed
you
everybody,
come.
who was running the
Literally,
renegade
the
against
one drawn
himself,
to the sky.
Mhm.
like it became like really best buddies all of a sudden. It felt like
I like
Yeah.
it. Sounds
I
perfect.
felt like
for
that
all the
moved a
rest of
little
it.
quick.
Not sure I'm completely
Yeah, it's gotta go
convinced, but
together a bit.
well, it's as good a name as any. From now
I felt
on,
like
she'll be
Berseria
known as
did a
the
good job of that.
Yeah,
Getting everybody.
Okay,
It was
people,
good.
we have two goals. First, we need to get to Legacy and make the Renans finally
Symphonia, I
leave.
mean, most of them are already friends.
And then, we need to figure out the truth behind Shion's thorns and find a
Very
way to
true.
save her.
Very, very true.
Sound good?
They had to all get used to each other on this one.
All right, and let's go.
But it has been a long way. You know, Shion's not a stick in the mud like she used to be, so
So,
it's bad.
but Dopamine not casually throwing out insults left and right.
Mm-hmm.
Filthy Daniels. Oh, I'm sorry. Still a lord. Who cleaned that first of all?
I don't know. It was not clean.
Yeah.
You know, women will just, summon some water.
Yeah, that's a little bit of wind.
Yeah. Dopamine does the wind.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to play. Well, I guess Alfred knows how to play. Oh no, Dopamine. I forgot. He's a lord.
Yeah. I'm sure autopilot's a thing in there.
Believe what?
Yeah, it's got to be.
I mean, just look at it. The whole of existence crammed inside a tiny frame.
Now that you mention it, I guess you're
Well,
right.
this should be blowing your
It
mind.
does look more like a
Yeah.
painting than a living, breathing world.
From up here, all the struggles we've been through feel so insignificant.
Nothing like realizing how small you are to put everything into perspective. Kind of makes the differences between the Renans and the Danans feel pretty small too, huh?
How much longer?
She's a
until we reach
Renan,
Legacy?
Kyle.
There are better ways
I
to
hope
use
so.
our time than napping. We should take a moment to familiarize ourselves with the facilities on board before arrival.
Good idea. The starship may end up serving as our base of operations once we're down there. Think you'll be all right with the controls?
You mean the one set to automatic pilot? I dare say I'll manage. I'm basically just here to supervise.
In that case, she's all yours.
Everything okay, Shia?
Oh, you just talk to everybody.
Different.
I'm sorry.
Different. Like in a bad way different?
No, not at all. You seem more driven lately, as you found a zest for life. It suits you.
You okay? Feeling airsick?
Actually, now that you mention it, not at all. These starships are a remarkably
Let's get it
smooth
on,
ride,
Tails.
all things considered.
We know what
Nothing
you
like
about.
being a sea,
Yeah.
thank goodness.
Glad to hear it.
Come on, give me that lore.
I was just wondering what it is. It looks big enough to fit a person inside of it.
Get some lore,
It's a human.
You know, it's
Fixes
big.
injuries
big
and
goals.
illnesses.
Well,
Take a
you'll
ladle
say.
full. There's plenty to
That
clean.
should
Exactly, a
definitely
lot of
come in handy
potatoes
if
and
any
them
of us get
carrots
injured
is
while we're down
roughly chopped. Boy.
Just a whole roast chunk.
there. Was it something I said?
God.
No,
It's a Cornish hen stew.
I was just thinking back to
Cornbread and biscuits.
With the ceremony and losing control.
Yeah,
That was a total mess.
it's a hefty meal.
Maori laid me
Cornbread from
inside
Boston
here.
Market.
So,
Biscuits
you're
from
saying you
Cracker
got in
Barrel.
this thing straight after escaping? Would that mean you were inside
Jurassic.
for 300 years?
Yes, it sounds crazy, I know. But don't even ask me why I stayed asleep all that time.
That's definitely quite some lie-in, all right. But still, whether you meant to or not, I sure am glad that it's this century that you finally woke up in.
What do you mean?
With the amount of fighting we've done, we would have never made it this far without you. And not only that, but Alphen, can you recall back to what it is that I said to you back when we left Menancia? About the dream of coexistence and needing to learn what it entailed?
Of course. That's why you came with us, right? To learn what you couldn't at home.
Even in that time, I was well aware that what I was living was a lie. But at the same time, I also felt really compelled to fulfill my brother's wishes.
I forgot about her
I'll
brother.
always remember him
Yeah.
fondly.
You turned to
But
the
the
goon for
coexistence
everybody.
we're fighting for isn't for him. It's for people now, and those still to come. The world's bigger than just Menancia. My dream is for all Danans.
Well, we're
whatever
definitely
they
in
might be, to be free.
the end game
If
now.
I've learned anything on this journey, it's that. And the one who brought me along
Laying it
was
all
you,
out for us.
Alphen.
Yeah.
I'll forever be
Good
grateful
old
to you.
tasty lore
Well,
stew.
we're not out of this forest just yet. You should probably save your thanks. At least until we've dealt with the Red Woman.
I know. But whatever we find when we get down there, I'm through looking the other way.
Kisara.
Probably getting a little ahead of myself, huh? Let's take things one step at a time.
What y'all feeling? Lay it on me. Y'all gonna kiss? I'm sick of it.
Alvin,
Yeah, come on.
they were just talking and
Hey, shut up!
What's got Mom all flustered?
only that he's afraid of flying, the big baby. And after all that fuss he made about naming the ship too.
Hey, I never said I was scared. I just think it's, a little unsettling how we're going to be cruising through space in a glorified tin can. That's all.
It's a starship, dummy. That's what it's supposed to do. I don't think there's anything strange about it.
Well, maybe you're
Ain't
the one
about
with
you.
the problem then.
Guys. I'm no expert, but I think we can trust Renan technology. It got me to Dana in one piece, remember?
Oh, that's a good point. If you think so, Alvin, it must be okay. Don't you agree, Law?
Hard to argue with that, seeing how you hitched a ride in one of these things before, Alvin. It's just wrong, okay?
Really? Just all the way come all the way out here so you can bitch about the shit. Filthy demons.
She's
We'll
right.
be going to Lenegus soon.
This must be
But
like
then
a
it's
talking about law.
Oh, yeah. Filthy
What was life on
Shoulda
Lenegus
heads
like
up.
back then? Before you came to Dana.
Let's just say I don't have many happy memories. I've had thorns my whole life, for as long as I can remember. They called it treatment, but in truth they were just using me as a guinea pig for their research.
You mean they experimented on you?
That's right. All I was to them was a riddle to solve. They poked and prodded me, trying to figure out what triggered my thorns or changed the form they took. Day in and day out, every single day, one test after another. I'm still surprised they didn't try to dissect me. The look they gave me whenever one of them touched my skin. How could I forget it? Reeling from the pain, like I was a monster or something. Some existence, huh? A blight on any I touched, helplessly complicit in their pain. I thought things couldn't get any worse, but then they did. I started to have nightmares, visions of the coming apocalypse. Is it any wonder I lacked a cheery disposition, unable to so much as touch another soul? Loneliness was my best friend. Sure, I survived, but with the knowledge that one day I'd be swallowed up by oblivion. And that's when it hit me. If I was going to die, then it should mean something. If I have to sacrifice myself to save the world, so be it.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you relive that.
No, it's fine. I'm in a much better place now.
You say it's your destiny to die so that others can live. But why not the other way around? Why shouldn't we be the ones dying to save you?
Are you crazy? Why would you sacrifice your life for...
That's exactly my point. Why should you have to give up your life just because you drew the short straw in the destiny stakes? How is that even right? It's that logic that's used to justify slavery, as if some of us were just meant to be sacrificed. This struggle was never about saving only ourselves. But that doesn't mean we have to give up our own lives to save everyone else's either. If we're doing this to protect people, if we're doing this to save the world from destruction, then that has to include saving each other as well.
A world free of sacrifice. That's what you've been fighting for all along, isn't it?
Not just me. We're in this together, remember? This fight is yours too, Shion. If we're going to win, everyone has to win. There can be no room for losers in this fight. Now I see it. The true nature
Now
of
lock
this
in.
Yeah.
A victory
Look into
without
my
losing.
eyes.
But that means that a damning victory over Renan can't be the end.
Yeah.
Do you think we can pull it off?
Lock in, please.
You
Yeah.
bet we could pull it off.
Reload the gun.
Exactly.
That's the only hope we have for things ever changing.
Yeah, you're right. No one's one's ever changed the future without aiming for the stars. We can do this together.
Hey, Dopamine, how you doing? Thanks for driving.
Is something wrong?
No.
He's like, yeah, I don't know what the hell I'm
It
doing.
had been 7 years. That's
Oh,
all.
I hear that. This makes
You
me
mean since
believe
you became a lord and left Lenegus? I guess even someone like you can get homesick, huh?
I am as prone to sentimentality as any other. Tell me though, you too have a history with Lenegus. A traumatic one, no less. This trip will probably mean facing up to some difficult emotions. Doesn't that frighten you?
Well, it is a place where I took the lives of countless people. I'd be lying if I said I hadn't thought about it. And I can't keep running forever. The past is what it is. There's no changing that. But the future's what we make it.
I see.
Dohalim.
Forgive me. I was wrong to pry. We have more pressing matters to address. Come back and speak to me when you finish looking around the ship.
we did.
Waiting on you.
Yep.
Hey, buddy.
Is everyone about ready?
Yeah.
We'll soon be making preparations to land.
Before we do
Doubles on your
that,
dilly
just
dally.
what exactly should we expect when we get down there?
Kisara has a point. Now that I think of it, I don't know the first thing about Lenegus.
I'd like to hear more too. It's been centuries since I was last there. They didn't exactly give me the grand tour.
Very well. First and foremost, Lenegus was the base of operations in charge of the crown contest on Dana. Of course, it also happens to be a city in its own right, complete with its own independent society. Its social structure is based on a strict hierarchy. Put simply, the strength of an individual's astral arts carries great weight.
Enough to determine someone's social rank, you mean? But astral arts are innate, right? So people's positions are fixed at birth.
They can be honed with the right training, and there are admittedly other factors at play. But yes, that's basically the gist. As a result, family lines that churn out lords and their contenders wield disproportionate influence, and those lineages are treated as nobility.
Those capable of only weak astral arts are effectively an underclass, denied the right to descend to Dana even if they wanted to. Still, even the lowest rung on the Renan ladder is considered superior to being a Danan. Keep that in mind down there.
Thanks for the warning. As a lord, Dohalim must have been pretty high up in the pecking order, right? What about you, Shion?
Come on, you've seen her skill with astral arts. You really need to ask?
Fair point.
On arts alone, you're right. I'd have been sitting pretty. But you're forgetting my thorns. They weren't exactly an invitation to high society.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's refreshing to be around someone who says what they're thinking. Life's less complicated that way.
Jeez, give backhanded compliments much?
Wait a second. Are you? He is! Lost blushing!
No, he's
I am
crying.
not!
Of course, separating people into castes based on something arbitrary like arts is discrimination at its worst. As if such simplistic criteria could ever be a measure of someone's worth.
So this red woman, are we expecting to find her on Lenegus?
I would wager so. Lenegus is too deeply involved in all this to discard the possibility. Chances are she's also connected to the Renis Alma being stolen from us in Collegian.
If the Renis Alma is being used to explode Dana, we need to take it back at all costs.
That red woman's got a lot to answer for. Just as well I've got a ton of questions.
We're about to land. The descent could be a little bumpy, so brace yourselves.
If there are clues about
There are
the
no
thorns
chairs
up
on
your
this
shield,
ship.
we'll find them.
You trying to tell me they got that big old beam, but they ain't got no defenses? Just gonna pull up?
Yeah. We did.
They really think that low of us.
Yeah. No filthy damn.
Exactly.
There's
Look, this
no one
filthy
here.
Dannon on the whole
That was
mothership.
accepted and welcome that, but still.
Lenegus's infrastructure is largely automated. Besides, people won't be expecting incoming traffic while the crown contest is still underway.
Why? They have to be watching.
Do you think anyone realizes that we're here?
We may not have received a royal welcome, but I doubt our entrance went unnoticed. Don't let your guard down.
I really hope we don't have to fight anybody while we're here.
Come on.
So now what? We've come all this way on a hunch that this red woman is here, right? And if we're lucky, the red is Alma too. Any idea where we should start looking?
There is an area of the city that is accessible only to the sovereigns, known as the Forbidden Zone. That seems as good a place as any for us to start.
Forbidden? What are they hiding?
I don't know, hence my desire to find out. Fortunately, we just so happen to have a sovereign in our midst.
Who?
In any
Who's
case,
that? You
changing
don't
the
believe?
shape of a huge structure such as Lenegus would have required an immense source of power.
Then you think that source might have been the Renis Alma?
Precisely. Alfred said that he remembered the Renis Alma being used in the spirit channeling ceremony 3 centuries ago. Whatever the ceremony's purpose, if preparations are underway for it to be held once more, then the Renis Alma might be in the same place as last time, possibly together with the Red Woman. Hiding something of that worth in the residential quarters would only court trouble. In which case...
It stands to reason we should be looking somewhere normally out of bounds. Is that it?
Indeed.
But it's been over 300 years since I was made a sovereign. You can't seriously think I'll be able to waltz right into the place after all this time.
There's only one way to find out. If there's even a chance you can get us in, I say we give it a shot.
Shion's right. Who knows? We might even find a clue to her thorns while we're at it.
All right. It's not like we're swimming in leads, so let's try to track down the Forbidden Zone.
We should do a sign that says "Do not enter" something.
Beyond that wall lies a city full of Renans. The capital city where Shion and Dohalim used to live, no less.
Renin wall.
Put your hand on that red
Fighting
wall.
on the other side.
The Renin.
Right.
Thinking about what could be lurking out here is giving me the heebie-jeebies.
For such a loudmouth, you sure can be a worrywart at times.
Oh, I'm sorry. How stupid of me for wanting us to stay safe.
Would you two children stop squabbling? Or do you want everyone to know we're here?
Yeah, no squabble.
Yeah.
So how many Renins actually live in this place?
I couldn't tell you exactly, though not as many as you might expect. Machines and Zoogles take care of most of the city's basic functions.
Zoogle.
There's Zoogles out here too, huh? Sounds like we can't afford to let our guard down after all.
Dissies? Oh, that was a lad.
Oh God, there's a rebellion going on here too.
Oh God, I'm saying. They're still recovering from what Alfred did.
300 years.
Yeah. It's a long ass fire.
Yeah. At this point, they're just keeping it alive somehow.
Yeah.
It's that yellow thing on the left.
What in the world?
Yeah, what's going on here?
This being Renin territory, I was prepared for a lot of things to look different. But this is a bit more than I anticipated.
The very foundations of the city have shifted. What could have caused this?
When Lenegus changed shape, It must have had an effect on the interior, too.
Maybe when they sent the wedge down to Dana?
But they wouldn't move around the places where people live. These are their homes, right?
I would think the citizens themselves didn't have much say in the matter. Either way, locating the Forbidden Zone just became that much trickier.
Dohaline? Is that you?
Someone recognizes him instantly.
Simon?
Avakir, I'm glad to see you're well.
So it is you! But why are you here? Shouldn't you be down on Dana participating in the crown contest? And these people!
So you haven't heard what happened on Dana then?
Heard
These
what?
filthy dinosaurs in my sector.
Someone you know?
Is that the thorn
An
demon?
old friend.
Hey, Dohaline. Don't tell me you've started keeping company with
They're with me. More importantly, what's happened here?
I'm really not sure. The city's foundations began to shift without warning, and now everything looks like this. We're all waiting for the Sovereign to tell us what's happening. But so far...
Avakir, listen to me. We're looking for the Forbidden Zone. Do you have any idea where we might find it?
The Forbidden Zone? What business could you possibly have there?
Trust me. The less you know, the better.
You're just the same as ever. I wish I could help, but what with the changed topography, I can barely locate my own home. Let alone the Forbidden Zone.
Very well.
Bars.
It looks like we'll have to find a way there ourselves.
Have you seen Faria yet?
No.
She's dead.
No.
I see. Well, nothing much has changed with her. If anything, she's probably even more...
I can well imagine.
Why did you come back? You know it can only result in pain for you both.
Came here to kill us all.
I've no doubt of that.
You really are the same as ever. Fine, I understand. Just don't say I didn't warn you. And take care of yourself. Okay, Doe?
So who's Faria?
Law?
If what
Yeah, there you
Avakir
go,
said
Law.
is true, it
Just
would seem
say
the people
Yeah.
of Lenegus are being kept in the dark about what's happening down on Dana.
They seem to be just as clueless about what's going on up here in their own world. Despite the fact that it's actually here that the wedge originally came from.
We need more information. Let's talk to the citizens, see what we can find out.
While we're at it, we could ask them about the Red Woman, too.
And don't forget about finding the way to the Forbidden Zone either.
Let's leave the talking to Shion. We can't have a bunch of Danans poking their noses around.
Good idea. I think that's for the best.
I shall assist.
You sure?
Being a lord on Lenegus has its advantages.
Right. Then we'll leave it to you two. The Danans among us should probably keep our heads down.
What if people freak out?
I shall explain it away by saying I'm leaving you.
What are we, dogs?
To them.
What could be so important it's worth destroying people's livelihoods and homes in the process? It's just unbelievable. Uprooting an entire city as if it were mere building blocks. Someone's got an awful lot of questions to answer.
From how it looks, they must be
Answer to
siphoning off astral energy
Yeah.
from Dana.
They're gonna look at
and
you and just
sending
gun
it
you
to
down.
Lena.
Cat.
But why do all this? What for? Surely they can't be using all that energy for the crown contest.
Whatever their purpose, disrupting their siphoning process alone won't be sufficient. Not while we still don't know what their end game is.
He's right. We need to stop this from happening ever again.
Or they're just being greedy. They just want the energy because they feel like they're
So
entitled
what are
to.
we waiting for?
Yeah.
Let's get moving.
You heard him. We don't have time to stop and chat. Let's move.
So, I've been wondering, do you think when Lenegus was built, it was even made with people living here in mind?
What do you mean?
Well, none of this happened by coincidence, right? They must have designed it to transform like this. But then, if they knew people were going to live here, you'd think they would have taken that into consideration to avoid all this chaos.
Ordinarily, yes. You'd think so. Trust me, as far as we were concerned, Lenegis was our home, nothing more. No one knew about all this. It makes you wonder whether the city was just built on as an afterthought. But if so, to what exactly?
Sorry, that probably sounded weird, huh?
Not at all. Sometimes it takes an outsider's eye to help you notice what you've been missing all along. This place is a mystery, that's for sure. Something tells me we'll find answers where we're going, though.
Yeah, you're right, Shion. I'm sure we will.
I'll heal you.
You want with the dance?
Hey, you think you're just gonna touch me?
Matter of fact, re-injure.
Give it
It'll
back.
be okay now.
I
Much
know the
better.
basics of healing arts, but my skills pale in comparison.
Your lordship. Oh, what a great honor it is to finally meet you.
So,
I descended to Dana during the last crown contest also. Alas, when the contender I was backing failed to clinch the title, I returned. I witnessed the deaths of so many slaves.
Indeed.
Sorry to interrupt, but we're looking for a woman dressed all in red. Have you seen anyone of that description?
All red, eh? No, I can't say I remember anyone like that. I imagine she'd stand out somewhat, too.
Yeah. What about down on Dana during the crown contest? You didn't see anyone like that hanging around the lord you were serving?
What's with all these questions? I've never seen her, okay? Not recently or otherwise. Why do you want to find her anyway?
Stop asking.
Never mind. Forget I asked. Sorry
she's
to
an
take
evil
up your
son of a
time.
bitch. Oh, I'm sorry. You're home with Sasora. So is mine.
Nope.
My hopes and dreams.
Sensation.
Come here, hug me. Thor, he's dead. Can't see butterfly.
Is everything okay? You look a little lost.
Oh, yes. I can't seem to find my way home, is all. I was just about to make my umpteenth attempt at a new route.
I was hoping to head this way myself. The situation is a real pain, huh?
I suppose the Salvard knows best.
I suppose.
I daren't stay here too long, though. A lower caste can only linger around these parts for so long before I outstay my welcome. I was hoping to avoid it, but maybe I'll have to go that way after all.
You mean you know another way round?
Lord Dopaline Alcaris! But how? The last I heard, you were in Dana competing in the crown contest.
Yes, strange, isn't it? If you know another route, we'd be grateful if you could tell us.
But of course. Please forgive me. There's a wall that sprung up ahead of here, with what looks to be an entrance in it. I thought maybe it was a passageway between the different quarters, but I've no way of knowing for sure.
It's worth investigating, at least. I shall go and assess the situation. In the meantime, wait for me here. If it looks safe, I'll come and let you know.
You'd really do that for me? A lord troubling himself for someone of my lowly status?
Our lot in life is of little consequence. We are both Renan, first and foremost.
Oh, why yes, my lord. Thank you.
Oh, my lord. Through.
Oh, dear me. What an unspeakable mess this has all become. Just look at the state of our city. Even the Zugals have stopped heeding our commands. Whatever did we do to deserve this?
You really have no clue what might have caused this?
Would that I have. Alas, there was no warning, no prior decree. His Highness must have deemed it unnecessary for us to know. We have no choice but to grin and bear it. But do my eyes deceive me? Could I really be standing in the presence of his lordship, Dohalim of the House Ilkaris?
Very renowned.
I believe he was on Dana.
Your eyes
Rummaging
do not
around with the
deceive you.
pigs.
It is I, one and the same.
Rummaging
I
around with the
returned to fulfill a
pigs.
special duty,
Filthy.
the details of which I cannot divulge.
As your lordship wishes. First Lennigus mutates beyond recognition, now this unexpected visit. The Sovereign's plans are inscrutable indeed.
It's bald-headed deep.
The Ilkaris house has produced a great many lords over the centuries. I shall be praying for your victory in the latest crown contest.
Your good wishes do me an honor.
Well, we've canvassed the city for information. What do you think?
No one has the faintest idea what's happened to the city after all. They haven't heard the news about the crown contest either.
You'd think that info would easily find its way up here. Has it always been like that?
Not to this extent, which would indicate that something's suppressing the truth, that Lennigus is under some kind of control.
Given everything that's happened to their city, the people here seem
Oh, God.
weirdly okay with it all.
Yeah. That one guy even said Zoogle and stopped listening to him. If that's true,
Who's gonna
these
be the
people
final
are
boss?
in big trouble.
He's gonna
Everything that
transform, I
happens
see.
here
I think.
contributed to the Sovereign's will.
Save us all.
It's the way people have been conditioned. Their belief
One of
runs
those
deep.
giant elementals.
Nothing happens devoid of a
But
reason.
instead,
Actually-
he's just a swole griffin.
It's all part of the Sovereign's grand
I
plan.
actually thought we were gonna have to
The
fight
Sovereign's
more of
plan.
the elementals.
There is one thing I'm still not
But
sure
we just
about.
did Ilford and Number
Just
Bit,
who
or the
is
fire
this
guy.
person ruling over Lennigus?
Yeah,
The Sovereign, of course.
maybe
He
in
rules
part.
from Rena while presiding over both
Maybe
Rena
hard.
and Lennigus.
Who knows?
Without the lords or anyone in the middle doing his dirty work? Isn't Rena at least the same size as Dana? That's a pretty big dominion for one person to rule over. I would have thought ruling Lennigus alone would be difficult enough.
The points you make are valid, though I confess I'd never given it much thought before. Here, the Sovereign's total authority is as natural as night turning to day. Come to think of it, I know nothing of the nature of how Rena itself is. Shion, have you ever been... No, forgive me. Have you met or crossed paths with, or even heard of someone who's actually made a visit to the homeland?
No, I haven't.
Neither have I. In which case, I would imagine that... No, surely not. Can it really be that no citizen of Lennigus has ever been there?
Hold up, what are you getting at, Dohalim?
Assuming what I believe to be correct, it's possible that no one on Lennigus has ever laid eyes on the actual Renan homeworld itself. No one but the Sovereign, that is.
But what about trade and communication? There's got to be a flow back and forth, surely.
Not if the Sovereign is imposing his will on Lennigus single-handedly. It could be a one-way street.
But I thought you said that the Sovereign's all the way over on Rena. If that's the case, can he really rule directly over Lennigus from so far away? What if something were to happen to the city, like now?
I'm beginning to wonder what the nature of this sovereign even is. Alphen said he was forced into the role, right? Just before the ceremony. But sovereign is also the title given to the almighty Renan ruler. So which one is it?
Whoever wins the crown contest inherits the throne from his or her predecessor, before becoming ruler over all of Rena and Lennigus. Thereafter, that individual is known as the Sovereign, though it would appear that the current ruler has gone silent. As for how Volron factors into all this, at this point, I no longer know what to believe.
3 centuries ago, I became the Sovereign here on Lennigus. No, not just became, I was forced to. Me, Danon. 300 years later, we cross paths with Volron, who also bears the Sovereign's crest. That's not the only thing we have in common. We both became Sovereign without winning the crown contest.
Do you think Volron was made sovereign for the same reason? Because of that ceremony?
I can't say for sure. but it certainly sounds like it.
But that would mean that two sovereigns would need to exist at any one time. One whose job it is to rule, and the other for ceremonial purposes. We never did see Volron's body back in Ganath Haros. Is a new ceremony underway with Volron at its center this time? Could that be what's causing all this strange activity here?
Wait a second. You don't think Volron and the Red Woman are working together, do
Can we
you?
put a hole of fire
The
in here?
ceremony can't go
Yeah.
forward without the Red
You know, you're
Alma.
right. We have no
The same
idea
one
what the
that the
last
Red
boss is
Woman
even
stole.
gonna be.
There's something else the ceremony needs.
The only thing we got to go on is a red one.
And unless there's another one out there aside
It can't
from
just be
me.
her.
Questions.
Unless she's gonna
questions,
transform
and
into
yet
something.
more questions.
Total.
Ones that it seems will remain
Really?
unanswered
She's gonna
until we can establish
The
the
true
sovereign's
remnants.
identity.
If the Forbidden Zone really is off limits to everyone but the Sovereign, that seems as good a place as any to start. For the sake of liberating Dana, too.
We need to
Then
stop.
it's decided. That's where we need to go.
One of the citizens mentioned a passage that she thought might lead to another section of the city. It could point us in the right direction. Let's go find it. I didn't realize Reddans oppressed their own kind, too.
And yet, weirdly, none of them seem to mind. Am I the only one who finds that strange?
It is the way things have always been, so no one thinks to question it. You have experience in that regard yourself, do you not?
Unquestioning acceptance of your own servitude. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Even so, the quality of life here seems much higher than any Danon city we visited. I used to think it was impossible to build an ideal society without wealth. But I suppose having it doesn't always mean people are treated fairly either.
More to the point, not a single citizen seems to have even heard of the Red Woman.
What if she's not here? What if it turns out we're looking in the wrong place entirely?
It's still too early to say anything for sure.
For all we know, she might be able to blend in, move around unnoticed. I say we hold off judgment until we've exhausted every avenue.
Tell me, Dohalim, has that skill of yours got a name?
And what skill would this be, pray tell?
You know, when you're talking to people around town. The way they suddenly become putty in your hands.
I'm afraid I don't quite follow.
It's called royalty.
I do. It's called friendly intimidation. Look imposing and speak in a deep, booming voice, and presto, you'll have people wrapped around your finger in no time.
I would never stoop to such scandalous tricks. Any
Let's go.
feelings of
Let's
intimidation
go.
are solely in the eye of the beholder.
So there is an act to it. How do you learn it? Can anyone do it?
Now you've got me curious. Is there special training to master?
Let's see. An obsession with being elegant is a must. Oh, and it helps to be old-fashioned, too. Bonus points if you speak in a way no one can understand.
If you've a bone to pick with me, it'd be quicker to just come out and say it.
What? They look up to you, that's all. I'm just helping them along.
Hey, what's got into Alfred and Law all of a sudden? I can barely understand a word they're saying. And what's with the weird poses? Was it something they ate?
I hope you're willing to take the blame for this one.
I wasn't expecting them to take me so seriously. I'll go and have a word with them.
Good old Kassar. Taking care of the squad. Mom and Pop. Where would we be without those two?
Nobody left her on the show. I wonder what the people
Happily
here are
married, huh?
supposed to do.
Happily married, probably.
I mean, they're sovereigns up on the Renan homeworld, and all their lords were sent to Dana.
Dohalim was a lord, right?
Only current acting lords have power. and society is quite strict about such matters.
Even if the other lords were still around, I doubt they'd be able to do much about the situation.
I wonder what they'd think if they were here to see Renegus now. Balsif, Cannabelt, Almadria, and Volron. Now that I think of it, aside from Dohalim, we know next to nothing about the other lords.
Well, yeah, why would we? To us Danans, they were just enemies we needed to overthrow. Nothing more.
But they got families up here, I feel like.
See Renans in their own city, going about their day-to-day lives. It gets you thinking.
It feels strange to imagine the lords living here too, you mean?
Yeah, a little.
If you're that curious about them, why not try inquiring with some of the locals?
No.
Every lord in their household has their share of supporters here on Lennigus. And luckily for us, the people here are unaware of the events on Dana, which means they should be more inclined to talk to us.
You want to know what lord I support? Why? Are you out Carvasin for someone? I don't know what that means. I'm with His Excellency.
Or Wolsey Teldus.
We're just gonna call him
E.T.
Alright. E.T. You probably know him by better by Lord Balsac.
Balls, yeah.
No, that's Balsac, okay.
Yeah. We're just gonna call him that.
Yeah. I know a lot of people consider him to be a giant brute. Believe me, I realize he can be an aggressive man. What those people don't realize is how much he looks after the members of his house. It's fair to say the house
Balsac.
Yeah, exactly. Doesn't enjoy much esteem. Those of us who serve it will be the first to admit that. Excuse me. But His Excellency always stands up against any who would mean us harm. Of course, that could be sure. We can be sure. His efforts in the crown contest aren't only for his family, but to improve the standing of each and every member of his house.
Oh, we gunned him down.
Yeah, first. He kind of fought the hardest, too.
Yeah, he's been dead a long time.
Yeah. You're right. But we still talk about him today.
I owe so much to His Excellency. I never dream of serving any other lord.
Balsef had it in him to care about someone other than himself? Really?
We gunned him down.
A change in position can do much to alter one's perspective.
So even he might have something he wanted to protect.
Had.
Yeah.
Ooh, an orange gel.
They're still at home waiting for him to return victorious. Yeah, he been
Dohalim, you've returned. Oh, and I see you brought AIDS with you. AIDS? You remember who I am, my lord? Surely you must, yes? Not only do I support House Ilkras, but more specifically his lordship personally. So much so, I've been trying to share my appreciation of his lordship to any who will listen. In fact, I was planning to publish my extensive writings on the subject through this very terminal.
No, I'm sorry.
But since the lines appear to be cut due to the recent tumult, I've been unable to upload them. I know, since you're all here, I'll just read them aloud. I don't do that. There exists a most handsome man, a man who radiates beauty, whose every word, every syllable is divine poetry. He hails from the famed house Ilkras, and his name is Lord Dohalim. Music is his passion, the arts his great love. Scores of boorish, uncouth men of men of this land can't begin to compare it. It's not a word you find very often. So refined, majestic is his posture, while the mere thought of him brings me to ecstasy. Once he becomes our sovereign, Rena shall bloom anew, ushering in a new era of prosperity for our grand civilization. Until that glorious day comes, I shall forever be praying for his victory, morning, noon, and night. Make sure he believes in it.
Yeah. He's he's kind of doing the best. He's the last one left. Technically, he won.
Yeah. He might be the sovereign.
Yeah.
We can't stop. But, well, what do you think, my lord? I poured my whole heart into hoping to capture your essence. Wait, I forgot to mention anything about his lordship's love for collecting things. Let's take this time while the lines are down to append it. Only then will my masterpiece be complete.
That's some support up. I mean, shit,
I
what are
guess
you doing
she
up here?
spread it throughout all of
Fame,
Lebanon.
fame,
Good thing
fame.
Lions were down so she couldn't.
It almost sounded like she was praising them too.
Maybe there was more to the guy than at first glance.
I shall refrain from commenting.
Yeah. He's getting gassed up.
Yeah.
With his goons.
Well, I never to think anyone would ever tear me away from House Valkyries. What do you want? Don't tell me you work for Lord Dopamine or for the dreadful Lord. How do you say that?
Almeidria?
Almeidria? Do you? You don't? Well, don't scare me like that. To answer your question, I come from that family that has served House Valkyries for generations. Indeed, I'm doing all I can to support Lord Ganabelt from behind the scenes so he might emerge victorious. Yeah, that guy was out there playing. He was not taking it serious right now.
Absolutely.
Many think him to be a cruel man, but I insist there are other ways. And though I won't deny he can be strict, he puts Renan's interests front and center like no one else. Why he advocates that rather than just confined to Lenegis, we shall get on with colonizing Danon and expand our horizons. That way we will become masters of both worlds and overturn our current
minority
stance.
stance. Also, he
you're minorities.
He just wants to go to fucking Rena, so he doesn't have to be the lowest of the low.
Yeah.
The fuck, man. Well, it's too sorry about your lord. We gunned him down too.
Well, he was out here playing, so
yeah,
it's kind of his fault. Well, that is why he seeks to become the next sovereign. Tell me, is there no greater, more noble ambition than that? I think not. It is a pursuit of power for the advancement of all our kind. It is what makes him an exemplary lord and model above all others. Though I was unable to accompany him myself, my two sons have been blessed with the honor of joining him on. I'm sure we cut them down too. As their father, it fills me with endless pride.
Ganabelt was so horrible to people, yet he was invested in helping Rena succeed. Doesn't that seem just a little inconsistent?
No.
I'm perhaps biased in this matter, I admit. However, in my mind, while all lords vie to become the next sovereign, they're also meant to serve as guardians of all of Rena.
It seems like Ganabelt also had people who cared about him to the very end.
So why couldn't he extend that to us Danons?
It's been the name of the game for who knows how long. What they know.
Looks like someplace that's forbidden.
Yeah.
Thorns.
This area doesn't look as badly damaged as that other district we went through.
Indeed, the effects of Lenegis's transformation appear to be less pronounced here. Or, viewed another way, this area was simply luckier.
Pardon me.
This area falls under the sole jurisdiction of House Canaris. I must ask you to depart at once. Surely no man be ignorant of our famed house, ruled over by the esteemed Lord Almeidria. If so, I urge you to listen well. In fact, I bid you listen carefully regardless. Have you ever noticed in the history of Lenegis only a few women lords have emerged to compete in the crown contest? Many have theories as to why this might be true, but Lord Almeidria quashed the doubts of any naysayers through his sheer might. In In fact, not only did she usurp her father and previous family master, she also removed her older brother to claim the seat for herself. Oh, it's too bad she got whooped.
Yeah,
She's a woman who stops at nothing to get what she wants, who gives her enemies nary the slightest openings to strike. Truly, Lord Almadrian is a woman of talent. No one in all Rena better exemplifies the virtues of our nation's meritocracy. Soon the age of glorious one sovereign reigning over Lennigus shall be upon us at last. Yeah, you keep dreaming.
Yeah, she was a little sadistic.
Willingness to stoop to any low came from the
She's
survival of the fittest worldview.
And some people here not only shared her belief, but championed it as morally right too.
Everyone's like, why are you saying that in past
Too
tense?
bad they couldn't see through her.
Yeah.
Who do you support? Is it gonna be what's his name? Volran?
Yeah, balls.
Another Balsa fan?
Bull.
Oh, how lonesome. Oh, I was just reading about a Volran. I can help you. Can I help you? I was always an ardent supporter of Lord Ugi? I forgot. Balsa?
Gilly Hildress.
Yeah, that guy, myself. Were it not for the sudden death down on the surface, I would likely still be. In my eyes, Lord
Erwin. We'll call him Erwin.
Erwin is the true water lord. I don't believe for a second that he perished in some accident like they say. As for how Volrum runs Garth Haros,
Genneth
Harris, don't get me started. I hear he enslaves not only Danans but even his fellow Renans. We may live in a society where the victor goes to the spoils, but his actions go against what we stand for, what your people stand for. Besides, just what sort of family line is this? House? Line.
Oh. Igniseri.
Igniseri. Of his. Anyways. I love to hear.
So I thought you had it. My bad.
No, I did not. I never heard of it until he came along, which means they must be along the lowest drag of society. Dang.
Okay.
But such an ignoble lineage could suddenly proceed to an astro artist capable of ascending to lordship is unheard of. None of it makes any sense. Not to mention all of the upheaval around here of late. Upheaval around here of late. What is happening to our people?
It seems like the people on Lennigus don't really know much about Volron either.
I just showed
I
them.
remember being quite surprised when the Lord of Gannett Harris changed so abruptly.
Didn't you have any doubts that something suspicious was going on?
On the contrary, remember, we Renans are raised to accept everything at face value.
When you think about it, the families of Renan lords must see them differently than the rest of us.
Yeah, despite the brutality they're known for.
They must have had a lot on their shoulders, carrying all the weight and responsibilities of Renan society.
Renans live in a world where strength and power determine their position in the social hierarchy, so they tend to grow up fiercely competitive. But their loyalty to their people is also strong. It's what brings them together against outside forces, and nothing exemplifies that more than the Lords.
That's what makes them the guardians of all of Rena, so to speak.
Right. It's the same reason Balsif hated my guts, and Ganabelt went after you, because we're threats to Rena.
Guess that makes you an even bigger oddball than we thought.
So, Alfred, have you gained anything from all of this?
Yeah. I think it's made me realize that the Lords were all people, too. Also, for the others, they all had their own circumstances to deal with as they went through life.
Yeah, but still, just because they had loved ones in their lives doesn't mean...
I know. It was horrible. I'm not trying to dispute that.
Yeah, some of them were.
But at the same time, they
Yeah.
weren't incomprehensible monsters either. They were individuals, just like the rest of us. So I guess what I'm trying to say is...
You're saying that they weren't bad because they were Renans, or because they were terrible monsters. Even if they did terrible things, They were still just people.
Renwell.
Yeah, but they were melting other people for energy.
Not at all.
Huh.
Being a Danon doesn't make you a good person.
Don't forget
And
about that.
being a Renan doesn't make you a bad
They're
one.
torturing y'all for fun.
I think that's something we've all seen.
Shion and Dovaline definitely make a good case for it.
And I'm going to keep doing my best to make sure I earn that trust. As a fellow human being above all else.
Hell yeah, look at that Cashman.